Welcome back. You're going to watch this video only if you need histograms that have a certain class range or bin width, or if they have to start at a certain value. Okay, so just know that this is optional. And so here's kind of the 6-step process you're going to go through. It's probably more than that, but these are the 6 big steps. Okay, we're still going to make a table for the distribution. We have to kind of start it manually, and then we're going to have Excel help us to finish it off, and then we're going to use the data analysis tool pack. So if you do not have this installed, you will need it. If you don't have it, Google it, data analysis tool pack in, and then you have to say PC or Mac because the two methods are different. So we are just going to follow through this or go through this in the video. If you want to do this on your own, you're welcome to. Okay, so here we go. All right, so what I need to do is start making a distribution table. So I want to make a table where I have a GPA, and then I'm going to need eventually, oops, I just have a little tick in there, that's fine. And then I'm going to need to know the frequency. And eventually I'm just going to make a graph of the frequencies, right? That's what a histogram is. But I'm also going to tell you I'm going to need a GPA, what I'm going to call, or a label column, we'll just call it, because what Excel does is it creates for the range of 0 to, say, 2.5, that's where I want to start at. It's going to take the maximum value in that range and slap everything that's in that range into that category. But to do that, I only can list the maximum value in that range in a column for Excel to be able to do this sorting for me. So from here, I'm just going to enumerate by 0.25. So I'm going to go 2.51 to 2.75, and then the next group would be 2.76 to 3, and then 3.01 to 3.25 to 5, and then 3.26 to 3.5, and so on and so forth. Okay, but then from each of these categories, I take and list the maximum value, because Excel will know, okay, if you have something that's bigger than 2.5 but smaller than 2.75, it's going to go in this second class. Okay, and similarly, anything bigger than 2.75 but less than or equal to 3 is going to go in this class. Okay, so then all I have to do is list the upper boundaries, 3.75, 4.25, and we have to go up to 4.5. Okay, so you can finish the labels on your own. All right, but now with these, what I can do is go into the Data tab, click on Data Analysis, and in Data Analysis, there's a histogram option, and click OK. What this is going to do for me is effectively calculate the frequency, so I don't have to go through and do it one by one. Okay, so what I need to do is select the inputs, so that would be the data. So when it says input range, that's the data. So select the data. Control Shift down. Okay, there we go. For bin range, this is where I need to select those upper boundaries that I want to sort it into, or for it to use as boundary values. So I'm going to select these for my bin ranges. I would use labels only if I had for some reason selected like GPA or label or frequency. I didn't. Okay, that's fine. Output range. I need to tell Excel, okay, where do I want it to put this data? And just because it sometimes does wonky things, I'm going to tell it, okay, take this and put it somewhere away from everything else, and click. And you could do chart output right away. I don't like to because I think the graph is ugly, so your call. So there we go. And now I have all my frequencies, and I'm just going to copy and paste them into the table above. But nevertheless, what I want to do is make this look like a histogram. So, okay, time to take the data, go to Insert, and I click on Recommended Charts, and then All Charts. You do not want to select the histogram option, okay, because what it'll do is it'll make a histogram out of those frequencies, which is not what you want to do. Instead, you want it to make a bar chart, or a column chart would work too. It's just a matter of orientation. Let's make a column chart for fun. Okay, and certainly we need axis titles and data labels. Okay, and from here, the vertical axis should be frequency, because that's what these numbers are represent. No. Why are you doing that? Frequency, hit enter, boom. Okay, click away. And then each of these along the horizontal axis should be the GPA range. Okay, so there we go. Then the only other thing that I need to do is, you notice how there's 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. So this is where I want, instead of that, I want to have those GPA ranges visible. So with my graph selected, click on it just somewhere. Make sure you're in the Design tab, go to Select Data, edit the horizontal axis, and select the labels. Okay, and certainly I need to finish the labels, but if I had them finished, they would appear there, and click OK twice. Okay, and so this is going to be a histogram for GPA for high school GPA. And this has the added benefit that it starts at a particular value, and it has nice defined boundaries for us. Okay, so it's a little prettier, that's fine. Now, the only other thing that I can say is that this doesn't look like a histogram because the histogram has to have the bars touching. If you want to make it look like that, you can come up to, click on the chart, click into the Design tab, click on Quick Layout, and then you kind of have to squint to see these, but there's an option where the bars are all kind of smushed together. Just select that option, and then you might have to, redo the data labels. No big deal. But then that kind of makes it look histogram-like. Okay, we can't get it to be officially a histogram because of the choice that we made with the graph, but that's okay. So here we go. We have a histogram using particular bin widths and a particular boundary value for the labels, or for the GPA range. All right, so I went through things kind of fast. Again, pause, rewind, and watch the video as many times as you need.